Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look again at Solana, seeing what's going on. It's still performing as expected, staying within this range here. I've adjusted the range by just basically an extra dollar just based on the fact that we did retest this upper resistance at about 170 versus that previous fib level 169. So anyways, it looks slightly different than yesterday, but we're still working within that range. That's the key takeaway here. Until we break free from this range, we can presume it's going to continue, right? So in order to break a descending trend, we have to establish range-bound activity. That's check number one. Check number two would be establishing higher highs and higher lows, which we do not have yet. Okay, so please try not to get too excited, too ahead of yourself. That's roughly where we're at there. Quickly to note, we're going to look at some backend data. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much again for watching. If you could like the video, comment below if you get a chance, help us grow the channel. Also, when it comes to trading Signals Academy community, I've got all that covered basically. Awesome stuff here. Good results yesterday. Bitcoin, actually there was this morning, 30% profit there. RDNT 45%, and then of course Harmony One and Solana for a good 22-23% from yesterday. So been a good little series of trades there. I'm just saying that there's limited slots available, folks. More slots will open up if you're interested or you're in a waiting line. Feel free to message me too. We can work something out, obviously. But CryptoCache.tag is a site if you're curious about that. What I want to talk about here, though, really quick, is 184. That's a heavy concentration liquidation. We're ways away from that, but if we do end up sweeping this upper level here, this more recent resistance at 171, 172, because we can see a lot of volume there, then there's a solid chance we're going to see the price continue further up. Okay. Now keep in mind, when you're range bound like this, you're going to see volume accumulation above and below the range. It's a very common occurrence. So just know that we're going to see liquidity sweep in either direction if the price goes and breaks that level. Okay. So what does that mean? Why is that relevant? Well, it's important to know those things because it's like a little motivation on the back end for those who are moving the market, because there certainly isn't people like you and me, right? When we take a look at the time frame here, the daily time frame, we can recognize we're above all moving averages. And as we talked previously, that 150 to 160, I'm just giving you loose numbers here. There's a solid range here where we got a lot of moving averages hanging out, more recent highs that should work as new lows, and a solid amount of support here between this 0.618 and roughly 0.5 fib levels. And again, that level is 158, upwards about 170. Okay? So again, I'm kind of spitballing here a little bit. These are some loose numbers, they're not exact. I can get you some dollar cost average targets, of course, but the concept here is that we got a lot of support just below the price action. It's going to be less likely the price just goes straight through that unless Bitcoin really takes a nosedive and Bitcoin dominance just jacks up. Okay? Anything could happen, honestly, but right now it's a weekend. I wouldn't expect a whole heck of a lot. Take a look here, of course. We can see stochastic RSI swinging down, money flow index RSI all kind of hanging out here in the center. We're over 50 in the RSI. That's a key takeaway here. We are seeing momentous shift. However, that momentum is slowing its roll, or it's potentially bottoming out here between that 160 and 165 range, creating a good base at 167. So I think there's a solid chance that we're going to be able to stay here and continue higher. But once again, we don't know until we break this range, really. That's what it boils down to. It's hard to anticipate either or. Now, sometimes you can anticipate it with different type of, hidden divergences, but there's nothing here in the RSI that really tells us that. We're under 50 in the RSI, simply put, and we're trying to swing up with the MACD, but haven't yet. So we got some momentous situations that keep occurring, but keep getting fizzed out. So it's best to recognize that in these situations, you want to wait for a breakout and a retest of the previous support or resistance to essentially consider a trade. What I mean by that here is, simply put, the price breaks above this level, comes back for a bullish backtest. It should backtest off 170 and continue higher. Hypothetically, that's what a bullish backtest looks like. A bearish backtest would be like 165. The price breaks below, comes back up, gets stuck out at this previous support turned resistance, and continues lower. That's why I have these two hypothetical situations here on the charts, just kind of give you perspective of what that looks like, and generally what could happen essentially. Is this a guarantee? Definitely not. But we are running concurrent with this descending trend line with a 20-day SMA, so it is very important to recognize that this descending trend line, we have to break above that at the very least to have any bullish type of momentum. Okay? And again, a lot of trades that you can take are based on either a momentum or retests of support or resistance levels. We don't have any of that right now. Okay, so again, volume's drying up on the weekend. Probably best just to kind of sit back and relax and take it easy. I'm going to do that as well myself here after I just get a couple more of these analysis out here today, just because I get a lot of requests and I'm trying to catch up on the backlog there. Future reference, we do have a request section here in my Discord. If you're curious, you can feel free to come in there and post a request for a coin you want me to cover. Taking a look at the hourly, last thing we want to double check here is the hourly time frame. We can see the price action is pulling back and we got a nice, decent situation here where the price action is still getting rejected by the cloud. I'm saying decent really in the sense of the fact that, it's good if you're a short, or more importantly, like it's decent because we're actually doing something instead of just continuing to regress. But the key takeaway here is that until we get back up over here at this range here, I have no consideration for a long. I think 172 or higher would be a solid consideration for a long position if that occurs sometime tomorrow. Probably even better to wait until Monday, personally, just because of how volatile weekends can be. They can be kind of, low volume, high liquidity, high volume, essentially, or sorry, low volume and a lot of volatility because the volume is low and things can move faster when that happens. Either way you look at it here, Solana is not looking fantastic on the hourly. Lagging spans free or within the price action. Conversion lines over the baseline, and we're underneath the cloud. Once more, a solid close above the cloud is what I'm going to be looking for. So this is roughly a better case scenario for a bullish scenario, and potentially, we're going to see this here or bearish. All right, folks, that's really what we got there. Thank you so much again for watching. I'm going to post this playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you're curious about what that looks like. I always provide you with relevant information there. I also have shorts on YouTube, TikTok, Telegram, Twitter, pretty much everything you could possibly consider for social media. So, feel free to jump on over there and support the channel. Absolutely appreciate it. Pick whatever works best for you. I do look forward to working with you either way. Thank you again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.